Every year, as December comes to a close, we all lay out what we want to accomplish in the new year. For many people, losing weight is at the top of the list. But unless you know how to set realistic weight loss goals, you may be getting in your own way from the get-go. Let's be perfectly clear here, there's no rule that says that you should want to lose weight just because everyone else seems to be making that a priority in the new year. For some people, such as those who have a history of disordered eating, the basic strategies for weight loss, eating fewer calories, exercising more, or both might not be a healthy choice, and they should check in with a doctor before making changes to their diet or workout habits. If you do want to start a weight loss plan, it is important to keep a few things in mind. For one, setting your intentions and understanding your motivation for wanting to lose weight helps keep you focused on what you need and want out of the journey, so that you never lose sight of what matters most, your health and happiness. Plus, there's so much that goes into weight loss that we often don't think about. How much sleep you get, your stress levels, and health issues such as medications and hormones all play important roles in losing and maintaining weight. There's a lot to consider and no quick fix or magic bullet to give you lasting, sustainable change. To put it simply, losing weight takes planning, commitment, and time. As a rule of thumb, if a method promises weight loss that seems extraordinarily fast, it's probably not a good idea. Most experts agree that losing more than 2 pounds per week is difficult to sustain and an unhealthy way to manage weight loss. June Klubeck, PhD, a professor in the Department of Nutrition and Exercise Science at Basti University, tells Self. By looking at what's healthy, where you're at currently, and what it's going to take to get there, you can figure out what a reasonable weight loss goal looks like for you. If you want to lose weight in the new year, here's how to set a realistic weight loss goal that you can actually follow through with. 1. Figure out your ideal body weight. Everyone has a different ideal body weight. Most medical calculations for women are based around height, 100 pounds for the first 5 feet, then 5 pounds per inch above it. By that math, if you are 5 feet 6 inches, your ideal would be 130 pounds. This is just a ballpark number, though. For a more accurate number, Klubeck suggests getting a body composition scan to find out how much adipose tissue, fat, you have. A DEXA scan and underwater weighing are both good options, but can be costly and hard to find. Other methods, such as skin folds or bioelectrical impedance, can be easier to find and are typically offered at health clubs and can give an approximation of body composition, but usually have a 3% plus or minus variation, she explains. Whether you get a scan or calculate yourself, having a range helps put things into perspective rather than going in blindly. 2. Understand what you need to do to get there. If you're trying to lose weight, you need to operate off a calorie deficit. That means burning more calories than you consume. To do this, focus on changing both your diet and exercise habits. Just paying attention on one or the other isn't going to give you the results you want. To lose 1 pound per week, on average, you will need to reduce your weekly caloric intake by about 3,500 calories, either by reducing food intake or by increasing energy expenditure, Klubeck explains. This means cutting 500 calories each day, by either eating less or moving more, ideally both. A combo of both makes it easier and more sustainable, you won't feel deprived, and you'll reap the many other benefits of regular exercise. To get a better idea of how many calories you should be eating each day to begin with, you need to figure out your basal metabolic rate. Your BMR is the number of calories your body burns at rest, just by keeping your body running. You also have to factor in how many calories you'll burn from exercise. Click here for more details on how to do these calculations. 3. Set small goals that you can hit along the way. When it comes to any goal, if it's too big or too vague, it's going to be harder to stick with. People say their New Year's resolution is to lose 50 pounds. That may be good as a long-term goal, but you need realistic short-term goals, too. Jackie Baumrind, MS, RD, a dietitian at Selvera Wellness, tells Self. Without them, you don't have check-in points along the way and reminders that you're on the right track. It's easier to become discouraged and decide to throw in the towel if you don't have mini successes to celebrate. Finding short-term goals can keep you motivated to keep going for the longer haul, Klubeck says. These goals can even be things like working out 3 days per week, or making each meal 50% vegetables. Even if these don't translate to weight loss right away, you can still be proud of the healthy foundation you're laying down and the habits you're adopting. 4. Be realistic about how long it'll take. The time it takes to lose weight depends on so many factors: how much you weigh to begin with, how old you are, your gender, your lifestyle. They all play a role in how quickly you can shed pounds. Then, you have to take plateaus into account. Some people hit plateaus. They lose 1 pound a week in the beginning, and then get close to their goal and it changes to every other week, Baumrind says. It just really depends on your body. Generally, how quickly you lose weight depends on how much you have to lose. Weight comes off faster when you're heavier, and typically slows down as you lose weight. Part of that is because we lose water weight quickly up front. Losing anywhere from 0.5 to 2 pounds a week can be healthy, any fewer or more, and you may need to reassess your methods. It's important to remember that it's okay if it takes longer for the weight to come off if that means it'll stay off, Baumrind says. If you lose 15 pounds in 4 weeks because you did something drastic, you'll likely put it back on when you go back to your old habits. In the end, healthy eating and exercise is really what works. We're all looking for magic pill, but if that worked everyone would be thin, no one would have weight problems. It's not that easy. If it's too easy and the weight's flying off, you're probably doing something that's not maintainable, she says.